everyone. Joel Williams here again, Content Director for Global Martial Arts University. I'm here doing another student spotlight of one of our awesome students with GMAU. And today I'm speaking with Monroe Mann. And Monroe is a student in the Nunchaku and Krav Maga programs. And he is a very well-educated man. We were talking about sort of comparing our educational experiences and that sort of thing. And so Monroe has advanced degrees in psychology, and he's got some specialty training in law and business. So very, very intelligent, very smart, very interesting guy. And so Monroe, thank you for joining me today. I really appreciate your time. Let's just jump right in and tell us a little bit about yourself.
Sure, Joel. Thank you so much for inviting me for this great opportunity. And for all of you guys watching on YouTube, thanks for watching and listening to my story about how I found my way to GMAU. I live in New York right now. I'm an attorney. That's my day job. My great passion is a not-for-profit social media site I created called Breakdiving with a team of others, and just as an alternative, more positive, more inspiring, more encouraging than anything else you'll find in the mainstream. And I've, especially in the last year and a half since COVID, I've been very sedentary because I'm a lawyer and doing a lot of stuff online and doing a lot of coding. And those two things together mean I'm sitting on my butt. And through a various chain of events, I found GMAU and got involved. I'm sure I'll share that story with you shortly. And I'm thrilled to be at this school because it's truly a dream come true. That's making something I started as a child. I think I'm finally going to become a legitimate black belt as long as I continue with the program. And off we go.
So tell us how you found GMAU.
Sure. So briefly, my story in the background with martial arts. Like many of us, we started when we were in elementary school. And maybe or middle school. I did that elementary school. I did it in middle school. I did it in high school. I pursued some martial art or boxing in Brooklyn when I got out of college. And in every situation, I moved. I move a lot. I was in the military for 9 years. I went to China for a year and just always moving, and basically got halfway through a martial arts program or a quarter through and had to start all over again. And it was just so demoralizing. And I had started to give up on my dream of ever becoming a black belt in a martial art. And coupling this with this backstory of Breakdiving, which is this motivational social media site. And our motto is no rules, no excuses, no regrets. And one of the things that we do at Breakdiving is we certify people on their dives. A dive is like a dream. And so I've been creating all these different handbooks with the team, handbooks on how to become proficient in French, how to travel the world, how to become a biological engineer. And there was a section missing for martial arts. And I started, I think we're going to have to eventually start doing it. And I started to look at it, and level E, which is elite, was you have a black belt in 2 martial arts or something. And I was thinking, oh gosh, and it was depressing me as I'm watching this, thinking, well, I'm putting together this handbook on how to succeed as a martial artist, and that deep inside, I'm thinking, is that ever going to happen to me? Also, I have some knee issues from my time in Iraq. I served with the US Army there, and I've had 2 knee surgeries. And so I'm getting older, and all these things. I'm just thinking, maybe this is not possible. But then I thought about breakdiving, no rules, no excuses, no regrets. And I thought, Monroe, no excuses, no rules. Maybe there's some. I thought, I'm crazy because I got my PhD in psychology online. And I thought, you know what? 15 years ago, people were laughing at online PhD programs. And yet I got that and ended up using it to great accolade. And I'm very proud of my degree. And it's no degree factory degree. It's a real degree that I worked hard, and my dissertation is 230 pages of intense research. And I thought, you know, I think I'm going to try, and this is about maybe 6 months ago. I wonder, maybe there's a way to get a black belt online. And I think I'm laughing to myself as I'm typing this and thinking, oh, come on, you're a fool, Monroe. But I ended up finding a whole bunch. GMAU wasn't the only one. And I spent about a month and a half just doing a lot of research, comparing all of them. And the truth is, GMAU just made a lot more sense than all of the others. I felt a lot of them were kind of like those black belt factories. And I was looking at some of the videos and I'm thinking, I don't want to take a lesson from this teacher. I don't trust. And I saw that the way some of their students were performing in the videos. And so nope, 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 nope. And then GMAU kept coming back. And I thought, it looked very affordable, which was another big reason. I think a lot of people abandon martial arts too, because it becomes very, very expensive. You have to just keep paying that. And the price seemed really affordable and it didn't seem like a scam at all. I thought, wow, these sample videos were fantastic. And I wanted to learn Krav Maga for the longest time because all of the other martial arts, it was completely focused on katas and forms and stylized blocks, which I know that they have a practical application, but I wanted to finally learn how to self-defend myself straight up. And those first few videos of the Krav Maga program and I think, Joel, we were speaking earlier that you had the same experience when you saw them. And I thought, let me give it a try. And before I knew it, I found out that, oh my gosh, they also have a Nunchaku program. And I had a pair of foam nunchucks when I was a kid. And all I had at the time, because there was no internet, was a book.
Yeah.
And I tried so hard to figure out how the nunchucks went from this position to that position. And I just couldn't figure it out. And I thought, oh my gosh, I'm actually going to be able to not only learn nunchucks, but become proficient. And here I am.
Well, let me, two questions I commonly ask. I'm going to kind of tie these together for you. So tell us what you can about your experience with GMAU, and related to that, if you were to speak to someone who was maybe kind of on the outside looking at like you were for a little while, doing your research, you've got your eye on it, you're checking it out, you're not quite sure, you keep coming back to it, what would you say to that person? And then another important thing is, we have a lot of people who do the free beginners account that maybe never join, or people who are just getting started. They're still kind of in that zone of, I'm not quite sure if I can do this. Maybe they don't have the confidence just yet. What would you say to those two people based on your experience?
Sure. I know that people are skeptical of pursuing a martial art online, but I want people to understand you're not doing a martial art online. It's not like you're just sitting in front of a computer and watching videos and you're going to become a black belt. And I think that's what people erroneously think. No, you're getting incredible expert instruction. And just for those watching, I'm not paid by them. I'm just a student, so it's not me being an infomercial. But it is expert instruction that you can watch over and over again. And then you take that lesson and you practice it on your own, and then you find a practice partner. And you essentially become the instructor for your practice partner, which forces you to look back at the video and make sure you're doing it right. It sounds crazy, and I've had this experience with other people at GMAU who have all studied at traditional martial arts schools. I have learned more in the 2.5 months I've been at GMAU than in 2 years at other martial arts schools. And I don't know if it's simply because I'm actually focusing on the same move repeatedly over and over again. Whereas at the traditional school, you go at the class's pace and you go at the instructor's pace. Where here, if I want to stay on that same one move, the side clinch, for example, in Krav Maga, I can just do that for 45 minutes. That's it. And I honestly feel these things are becoming far more instinctual through GMAU than they did. So if you're concerned about the online part, don't be, because the internet is simply the tool through which you are getting this incredible instruction. You still need to work your butt off, and these instructors are not going to just pass you because you submit a video that only did half of the requirements. You need to prove that you actually know. The second thing I would say is the free trial is literally free. You don't even have to put in a credit card. And I think that was another reason that was so appealing to me. You don't have to take a huge gargantuan risk. You can actually go through pretty much the entire white belt curriculum for any of the courses without even giving, all you have to give them is your name and email.
Yeah.
And I think that's a more than a fair trade. And I'm convinced that you will become hooked and end up joining the awesome group of people that we are here at GMAU.
You know, I think it's a real strong endorsement that you can give to, especially the Krav Maga program in particular, because you served in the military and you were taught combatives, and you know that's no nonsense instruction that you got. It's to protect your life, and so when you have that as a standard to compare against, and then you are in a program like this, and you say, okay, this is the real deal, this is legitimate. I think that is a huge endorsement.
I'm glad you mentioned that, Joel, because yes, I was in the military and I got self-defense training through the military. I also finished police academy in Florida and I got obviously self-defense training there. Without any exaggeration, I've learned more in the 2.5 months at the Krav Maga program here at GMAU than I did in all my military self-defense training and all my police academy training. For the same reasons I said before. At the police academy, it was just go through the motions. Okay, good, let's go to the next one. All right, let's do a defense from a gun. Great, let's go. Next one. I'm thinking, I don't remember any of those things. After you do 3 weeks of that training, and yeah, it's 8 hours a day for 3 weeks. We did self-defense. And in the military, basic, similar, officer candidate school. But it's sort of just like, let's just get through the motions. Let's go through the motions and check the box.
Yeah.
GMAU, it's simply because it's more one-on-one. Sounds crazy. You don't have a one-on-one instructor per se, but you get one-on-one feedback, not only through the videos and every video that you submit, not everyone, 90% of them, because some of them are just make sure that you are doing things properly, but you actually get a 10 to 20 minute video in return that's created just for you, showing this is what you did right, Monroe. This is what you did wrong. I just got my Nunchaku mid-yellow chevron checkpoint video back, 15 minutes from Sensei Adam. And it's more than I would ever have gotten at any group class that I ever took for 2 years.
Yeah. The
instructor never spent 15 minutes just saying, Monroe, this is what you need to do to improve. Focus on this, this, and this. So anyone who is doubting it, just try it. Do not listen to your friends. Do not listen to the doubters on the internet. You go on a Reddit forums and you hear these people just bad-mouthing online schools. Frankly, those people are very naive, and I think they just run a brick and mortar school and they don't have the wherewithal to create something like GMAU.
Yeah.
So try it, try it, try it. And if after 3 weeks you're not convinced this is fantastic, great. You didn't even give them any money. So.
Excellent point. So as we're winding, these are short interviews. I don't want to take up a lot of your time because I know your time is valuable. But as we wrap things up here, is there anything else that you can think of that you haven't mentioned that maybe you'd like to say at this point, or maybe now that your conversational juices are flowing, you thought of something else?
Yeah, I actually made a small list here just of things that I just wanted to share with you. If you're thinking about joining, or if you've already joined and you're thinking, oh, this isn't working or whatnot. And we talked about the free trial, do that. Why am I doing this, by the way, for those of you watching? Because I know how it felt for me to feel that my black belt dream was dashed, and I'm 43 and my knees are not so great and maybe it's over. I'm telling you, the dream is not over. And no matter what first thing, no matter what physical condition you're in or how many surgeries you've had, try this. Try it, because you can do it at your own pace. And honestly, if it takes, I'm going to try to get a black belt in 4 years in Krav Maga. If it takes me 10, so be it. I'm doing it, and I'm so excited. And it's brought back such a childhood spirit within me because of GMAU.
Yeah.
The instruction is fantastic, and the one-on-one feedback, I told you, it's not just you watching videos. Trust me, you're going to get feedback to say you're doing this great, you're doing this incorrectly. Finding a practice partner. It was difficult for me too, but I will tell you 2 things. One, 9 out of 10 of the practice session, you can practice all of these moves by yourself. Shadow boxing, using a mirror, Often I'll go to the local jungle gym at the park, and literally the whole jungle gym are sparring partners. And you kick to the side, you elbow them, you uppercut them, all that. And I find that the more you practice by yourself before you're with a partner, the more that's when you can practice the technique and make sure. And I never did that at the other martial arts schools. When I was outside of the class, I was not a martial artist. But because GMAU, I'm practicing all the time. I go up the stairs, I'm practicing punching. I go around the corner, and like all of these things you can practice. But finding a practice partner, I ultimately found mine by posting 4 times on Craigslist. It got marked as spam 3 times. And on the 4th time when I reposted it, I got somebody. And the one that worked was, I'll teach Krav Maga to you for free. Mm-hmm. And at the beginning, I didn't do that because I'm a white belt. But I realized I had to do something that was going to get people's attention. And guess what? This guy that I work with now, he loves the fact that I know just a little bit more than him, and I practice with him. So try Craigslist. Don't give up. Try Facebook. Ask your mom, your friends, everybody, even someone at the supermarket. You will find somebody.
Yeah.
The best thing about GMAU, it moves with you. That's why I think one of the greatest things about this, I don't have to worry about if I go back to China, if I move down to Florida, if I go to Las Vegas, guess what? My martial arts school goes with me. So that's fantastic. I will say this, you need to have great discipline. And it's the same thing for people when I got my PhD online. Anyone who studies online, if you don't have incredible discipline, you're going to fail. That's the only reason why you won't succeed at GMAU. Literally, it's because you are lazy and you're not putting in the work to actually practice and do the videos and find a partner and do what needs to be done. For me, to make sure that I did the discipline, I started a YouTube show on my YouTube channel, which is Monroe Mann. And you can actually see some of the feedback from my teachers on there if you want to actually see how the high quality instruction. But it's called my online journey to black belt in Nunchaku and in Krav Maga, and starting soon Taekwondo, because I need accountability. And by me putting it out on YouTube, people know this guy Monroe, he's trying to get his black belt. And I've got more than 1,000 subscribers now. It took me a long time. And some of them are actually saying, oh, hey, do they give you the black belt? Oh, hey, good job with the side spin with nunchucks. And that motivates me and ensures that I think I'm going to finally get there. Let me see if there's anything else. The last thing, if you do want to talk to me personally and ask me questions, and I don't work for GMAU, you can find me on my YouTube channel. You can also find me at breakdiving.io. So come join our community. We actually have a martial arts chat room, and you can come chat with me about this, and I'll tell you my honest opinion, unvarnished truth about GMAU, and certainly it'll be a big endorsement, because I'm thrilled. Joel, I'm happy to meet you, and everyone at the whole GMAU crew is fantastic, and I'm excited to see what happens by 2024.
Yeah. Well, Monroe, if you don't mind, I'm going to include all those links in the description when we share this on social media.
Oh, I would be very honored and appreciative of that, and I can send those to you. And thank you for sharing some of your story with me. This guy Joel, by the way, for you guys watching, he's an incredible martial artist with a great history, and I hope maybe someone could interview you, maybe Sensei Michael, because Joel's story is just fascinating, and I'm honored that he was the one who interviewed me.
Thank you. Monroe, thank you again so much for your time. It's been a pleasure. I know that this is going to be a very popular video, just a ringing endorsement, and like I said, a lot of legitimacy here to your background and what you're saying about your experience. So thank you again for your time.
My pleasure. Have a great one, Joel.
Take care, everybody.
Bye.